Welcome back to Drury University here at the O'Reilly Family Event Center. This is the girls 18 and under 8A Gold Ball Showcase between the returning champions San Marcos Panthers, the #1 overall seed, and the Tyler Heat out of the Big South region. They are the #3 seed. Yesterday they defeated #2 Northside 59-54. Meanwhile, San Marcos defeated Oklahoma Flame 45-36. My name is Paul Gilmore and joined alongside the call with Jesse Sanders and Jeremy Caldwell, bringing you the action of this game. San Marcos is in the white uniforms with the white numbers and black trim. Meanwhile, Tyler Heat in their customary black uniforms with the orange numbers and trim.
Yeah, a couple things to watch here for Tyler Heat is number 4, Lexi Fuller, is an 8th grader. She's their starting point guard. And here she goes right off the bat.
That shot is going to be denied by Johns McGarity.
It's going to be a tie-up. And the other thing to watch for Tyler Heat is Madison McKinney, number 10. She is their deadly three-point shooter, and if they can get her an open three, it doesn't matter where on the floor it is, she will pull it.
Meanwhile, for San Marcos, they are loaded up and down the roster with all region and all district players. The defending National Player of the Year, Maddie Herda, is their point guard. And Kendall Beck, that young lady that just made that shot, she's already a D1 commit to Houston Christian University. She was the MVP of the Big South. Herda, deep 2, no good.
Paul, I had an opportunity to work with Kendall earlier this year in a little clinic we put on, and she was the only girl in the gym, about 35 guys in there, and she held her own. She was, man, really, really gifted offensively. Just watch her footwork, triple threat. She's got the complete game. Alongside, quick feet for a girl her size. I mean, she could put a ball on the floor. She's going to be a handful.
And all tournament long, we have seen how versatile she's been. She's not afraid to hit that turnaround jumper as soon as she catches it. Quick decisions, good decisions, and that is alongside Johns McGarity, who is also an all-regional player out of the Big South.
Yeah, it should be black ball because Black won the jump, then they had to tie up.
The score table across from us has the possession arrow going to San Marcos, but the referees do get it right. It will be Tyler Heat ball inbounding. Oh no, they're giving it to San Marcos. Underneath Herda, no good. Beck on the offensive rebound. Genovese comes up with it. And she stepped on the sideline. We want to thank you if you're joining us from San Marcos or Tyler or anywhere else around Springfield. Right in front of us, we had a dive for the ball. And it will be San Marcos ball. They've got a 3-0 lead.
Man, be interesting to watch Emma Kirksky this game. She is giving up quite a bit of size with that Panthers front line. Just watching the way these girls attack the glass. It's going to be interesting to see if Tyler can protect their own glass. Otherwise, man, San Marcos is attacking it hard and sending a lot of people to the rim.
And that time it was Johns McGarity going to the rim.
And she's going to draw the foul on Emma Kirksey there, her first foul.
Herda, no good on the three-pointer. Beck just reached over the top of everybody and gains another possession for San Marcos.
Third offensive rebound so far.
And then Johns McGarity. We saw this in the last game that they played against Oklahoma. She had about 12 to 14 points in the first quarter, just relentlessly attacking the rim.
Yeah, she was mainly the reason they stayed in that game with Oklahoma Flame until the end, because Maddie Herda and Kendall Beck was not providing much offense in that game.
We talked about that in this tournament. You'll have top seeds, all it takes is one off game, and you never know what can happen. As MHA almost fell on the boys' side, and San Marcos was tested yesterday by Oklahoma. Deep three for Herda, no good. And she's a shooter. She's going to keep shooting that. And eventually she'll knock some down. That's the scary part.
Yeah, right now, Lady Panthers are getting every loose ball. And they're winning the hustle plays.
Three-pointer no good, Genovese. Rebound is ripped down by Fuller, and now Tyler Heat coming the other way. And on that play, it looked like
the foul on
Gabby Saboya might have got undercut just a little bit, hurt his first foul.
And this Panthers team, they're coming out with a lot of energy. Watching the way they're after loose balls, going after the passing lane. You're Tyler Heat. You want to weather this storm. I'd slow it down here, see if you can get a good shot on goal.
The way the game is played rhythm-wise, if you just looked at the way it's been played, you would think San Marcos is dominating. It's still 3-0.
Right.
Tyler Heat is going to be patient here and see if they can get a good shot.
On the runner, no good. Rebound comes to Beck.
Tyler Heat still trying to find some type of rhythm. As a miscommunication there by the Lady Panthers. Maddie Herta thought Genovese was going to cut back door on that weak side, and she just stayed in the corner, and a miscommunication, ball goes out of bounds. Looks like they've pulled their press back a little bit to try to set up the defense.
Tyler Heat looking to get something going. Trying to get on the board for the first time.
Lexi Fuller is the all-region point guard for Tyler Heat. They drew a foul there. That's going to be on Kendall Beck, her first foul. You see a lot of teams run that elevator screen trying to get their three-point shooters open.
Fuller was celebrating like the and one.
Little early celebration. Got the too many steps there right before the shot. It was a good call.
Right now it's been a defensive battle this first 3.5 minutes.
That time, McGarity could not get the ball into Beck. That time stolen. Kendall Beck coming the other way. She's got a 3-on-2. Spins inside. Great defense from Tyler to get the jump ball.
And Madison McKinney come on the weak side there and tied her up. But you can't make those long passes when Kendall Beck's in the backcourt, because she's going to pick that off every time with her length and her ability to read the ball.
And Paul, I think you shared this earlier. If you're Tyler Heat right now, you're very thankful to score 3-0. Some careless passes, some giving up offensive rebounds. There's a ton of basketball to be played. That's a great look there. You had a paint touch, kick out three. You'll live with that all day.
Fuller, offensive rebound, no good. Before Beck comes on the weak side. She's great about pushing the tempo, too. She's not afraid to handle the ball. Inside to Johns McGarity, no good. Offensive rebound, Beck, yes.
And you got two bigs like the Lady Panthers have. You can, one shooting, the other one just crashing the boards. You're not going to give up many rebounds.
Deep three, no good. Jesse, we talked about earlier the teams playing here at the Drury University court. It's got that college line. Visually, a lot of them just choose to stand behind the farthest line that they see.
Right, and that's something that is unique to today's game. You didn't have that a few years ago, and these kids aren't going to face that day in and day out in a high school gym. So I think one thing to be cognizant of, and I think that's one of the blessings and the curses of the modern day NBA. You see guys like Steph Curry and others that are just, they can put it up in the half court line, and that's where the superstars that are influencing today's game. So I think at times as a coach, you kind of want to rein that in a little bit. That, hey, we don't have to shoot it from 40 feet. If we can get that same look at 18, 21 feet.
Nice feed inside for Johns McGarity, but could not connect.
Yeah, if you notice during that last stoppage of play, Savannah Fuller hobbled off the floor. If you notice, she has a wrap on her leg. That was a good finish by Lexi Fuller, the 8th grader, as she scored. I wouldn't say over Kendall Beck because it was under her, but she still got the 2 and got it to 5-2. But that's going to be something to watch. I think I've talked to Savannah Fuller Sunday when they got into town and came to pick up their awards, and I think she has a hampered hamstring or something of some sort she's going to try to play through. But her looks like she kind of tweaked it there early in this game, and it's going to be interesting to see if she's able to come back, how she responds to that.
Well, man, if that's her on a flat tire, I'd hate to see her full go.
Not number 4, her sister on the sideline right now.
Oh, got it. Okay.
The one with the leg wrap.
Got it. Yeah.
And Jeremy, you had the call the other day of Savannah Fuller, and they were keying their entire defense on her to prevent her from getting touches.
Yeah, Maddie Kinney is the one that they want to try to get free from the three-point line, and they try to run set plays to get her free. What a steal there by Gabby. Good job of slowing it down, knowing she don't have the numbers.
And that ball is knocked from behind.
And 3!
Madison McKinnon, I don't even know if she saw Beck coming behind her.
I don't think she did.
And she got swatted on the arms and still had the wherewithal to knock that in. So big shot for Tyler Heat as they tie the game and have a chance to take the lead.
And that also gives Kendall Beck her second foul of the game here early in the first.
I'm surprised more coaches don't run that more often.
Yeah. But, and we just got through talking about you don't want to leave Madison McKinney open from the three-point line, just like you don't want to leave Madison Herter open from the 3.
Yeah, if your name's Madison, you need to be guarded at all times.
Right.
James Madison, when he was our president, he was getting face guarded in the White House. I don't even know if the White House existed. I don't know. I was homeschooled. I'm sorry. So we're approaching a minute to play in the first quarter of a 5-5 ball game. You can see Tyler Heat's energy's kind of picked up since that three-pointer from McKinnon. Now they're running screens for her.
A little swagger in the step, right? You know, tough bucket early at the rim. 3 in transition.
I think that's a good timeout.
Yeah, he's about to get a 5-second call.
So Coach Thomas wisely takes a timeout, and it's going to be a full timeout as we have a minute and 3 seconds to play. And you look at the game visually, 5-5, you say, okay, well, it's been even. But optically, it has not been that way.
It has not. It has not looked that way. But if you're Tyler Heat, you're thankful that the score is only 3-3 because Maddie Herter has missed about 3 open threes that she is not going to keep missing on this game. And McGarity as well, who was the big player yesterday scoring most of their points, has missed quite a few in the paint today that she don't usually miss a lot of those. So, you know, eventually the tide's going to turn. They're not going to continue missing shots. But if you're Tyler Heat, right now you're tied 5-5, 1 minute left to go in the first quarter, and you have the ball in this possession. This kind of could be a huge possession mind-wise for the Tyler Heat because if you can score here and take the lead, puts a little bit of pressure on San Marcos as the defending champions. You know, they played a tight game yesterday with Oklahoma Flame. You know, if you're playing a defending champion trying to defend their title, what you want to do early in the game is see any kind of way that you can creep any little bit of doubt into their minds about whether they can win or not convincingly. And Tyler Heat's kind of done that here in the first quarter, although there's still a lot of basketball game to go. Paul, you and I have seen San Marcos quite a few times this year. We've seen them in tight games in the third quarter. We talked for a few minutes, look up, and it's a 20-point ball game. So they can score in bunches.
They certainly have a championship pedigree, and when it comes to those tight games, that execution and experience can really play a factor. And it's shown. They were the regional champion, they were the district champion, and they're looking to complete a back-to-back undisputed championship as well. No good from Herta. Ball ends up in the hands of McKinnon.
And that's great. They cleared the glass, almost gave one up. That would have been, by my count, unofficial count, but the 8th offensive rebound down there on that end. So big come up there by Madison McKenna. Watch them here on offense too. They that last play, Madison McKenna came off a flare screen, and San Marcos is so keyed in on her. They trailed the flare and face guarded the entire time. They were not going to give up a three-pointer there to Madison McKenna.
Yeah, I think they called that foul on Maddie Herta.
That's her second as well.
So after that timeout a while ago from Tyler Heat, Savannah Fuller comes back into the ball game.
Good defense from Genovese.
Yeah, I believe Tyler Heat has just forced a couple too many shots here in this first quarter. and they have not.
Three-pointer on the way from Pena, no good. And that's going to do it for our opening period of play in the girls' 8A gold ball. San Marcos Panthers 5, Tyler Heat 5. Second quarter action and more coming up after this brief intermission. Welcome back to Drury University. Second quarter action underway. A low-scoring affair in the first quarter, just 5-5. Beck has all 5 for San Marcos. McKinnon and Fuller have the other baskets for Tyler. And that time, Johns McGarity was fouled.
Man, she's playing super aggressive. Watching her down on defense on this end, up in her girl's face, and then she got the ball right there. No hesitation, sweep through, direct drive to the rim.
That foul was on Kirksey. That's her second.
Coming out of the break, Kendall Beck starts the second quarter on the bench with those 2 fouls. They really can't afford to have her getting any type of foul trouble. So, since it's only a tie game, they can afford a few minutes of her on the bench.
And Johns McGarity, she's going downhill every time. That time she was unable to connect. Tyler Heat coming quickly back the other way. Fuller on the spin, no.
Both teams have had multiple opportunities to finish shots and just unable to get it to go.
And they're going to say that was last touch by San Marcos.
Whoa.
Yeah, it looked like, to me, she threw it straight out of bounds. I didn't see anybody tip it, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think you and I had the same angle on that one.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody from Tyler Heat tip it.
Nice backdoor cut. Saboya cannot put it in. Offensive rebound Fuller out to McKinnon for 3. No. Offensive rebound Saboya left by herself, couldn't put it in.
Missed opportunities. We've talked about it.
Those are some tough misses for Tyler Heat. They need every point they can get.
Yeah, when you're playing the #1 team, you can't have too many empty possessions from point-blank range.
And that time the ball stopped between the legs of Kirksey.
One thing that is worth noting, though, both of these teams, the energy that they're putting on the defensive end is really at a high level. So yeah, there's some offensive shots that coulda, shoulda gone in, but
yeah,
man, both teams applying good ball pressure, a lot of energy, closing gaps. It's fun to watch.
We talked as well about playing in a cavernous gym like Drury. Most of these teams play in a high school gym that's got a wall behind the basket. It affects your depth perception. And so you come to a gym like Drury, and now you got to try to figure out a way to recalibrate. Big space behind each goal.
Man, I like Lexi. Hasn't gotten a lot to go. She had the early take, but man, I like her game. She has no backup in her. Eighth grader. Man, penetrating like that, going to finish on older, bigger girls. She's got a really bright future ahead of her.
Moving screen on McGarity on that high screen. And I believe we're going to need to remember the name Lexi Fuller. I think we're going to hear her name in a couple years.
Well, the interesting thing about that too, Jesse, when you think about it, she's the 8th grader playing point guard at the varsity level. And in this game, she's being guarded by the returning National Player of the Year, Maddie Herta. So talk about experience.
Right. Yeah. She's not going to see that.
This is an experiential game for her that I'm sure she won't forget.
Right.
And Kendall Beck comes back into the game after that. with 2 fouls.
And they're going to catch Genovese for the foul.
Fouls are starting to add up now for both teams here.
Neither team is in any kind of trouble right now. As we've mentioned throughout the broadcast this week, they've changed the rules on the foul, so there's no longer 7 fouls in the first half. Wow, Lexi Fuller whirls and twirls and flips that in.
So they take an early lead here, 7-5.
And to finish that thought, it used to be 7.5 and you would have a 1-and-1. They've done away with the 1-and-1, and now it's 5 fouls and a quarter, and you shoot 2 no matter what.
That was a great rebound by Savannah Fuller. Had the box out and then still went up to get it.
And that's a foul that I don't think Herta can afford to take. That's her third team foul, or third personal foul. Also the third team foul for San Marcos.
Yeah, and they're going to leave her in the game. They can't afford to have her pick up her 4th foul. This is going to be a huge 5-minute stretch for San Marcos with her staying on the floor.
And that find was
it went
Fuller
off the foot.
Yeah, Fuller was trying to find Kirksey.
Man,
Yeah.
you don't know how tender that hamstring is. That's one I think she'd like to have back. She had
Yeah,
a great
she had a
move
wide
in,
open layup.
a layup little floater there, and I don't know if she anticipated defender coming
Right.
up, but
I thought she anticipated Kendall Beck dropping over,
right.
but Beck didn't slide over, so with that, she had the wide open layup.
McKinnon for 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Saboya. This time Fuller for 3, no good.
2 good looks. You'll live with that. Oh, another rebound.
Another possession. Fuller fakes.
Oh, good move.
Flips it up. A little
Oh,
too strong.
man, if she could finish that, what a Euro from the 8th grader.
Tough.
She
Meanwhile,
is.
down the other end, Savannah Fuller. Actually, probably a good thing she got called for out of bounds because Kendall Beck caught it immediately and put it in.
If you're Coach Thomas for the Heat, your number 1 rule is you don't ever throw the ball back in play under the opponent's basket. So they're going to put Kendall Beck back on the floor with 2 fouls. Maddie Herter's on the floor with 3 fouls, and Johns McGarity has 1. So we need to start paying attention to the foul count here if you're San Marcos, because you can't have your 2 main stars get in foul trouble.
And another one from Johns McGarity, another good look, but unable to get that to fall. And that's been the story of the whole game. Both ways, San Marcos has not scored in this quarter, and we're nearly halfway through the second quarter. Deep 3-pointer from Fuller, yes.
Oh.
She's having herself a game.
We've talked a lot on Lexi, and she's a heck of a ball player. A lot of bright spots in her future. I'd like to highlight one other player, number 23, Gabby Saboya.
Yes.
For younger players, I'd encourage you to watch her. Watch her on defense. Watch the way she's guarding Madison Herta there, number 23. Highly active feet, active hands. There she is, loose ball coming after her. She's had 3, by my count, 3 offensive rebounds on the other end. And these are the kind of players, gosh, you love as a coach and as a teammate, just doing a lot of small things well that help teams win.
Oh, good look from
I'm not
Lexi
even sure she's
to
had
her
a shot
sister.
attempt.
Savannah somehow saves it. And then Lexi steps around Beck.
Oh, another, man, if she could get them to go.
And then Beck tries to get the ball up to Herta. We've had a lot of quarterbacks and wide receivers signing in the NFL.
30-second timeout coming for the Heat. But Lexi Fuller on that Euro, she's ran the same thing twice, unable to get it to go off the glass, but that move right there in this game is huge.
I talk on that when I'm working with younger athletes. The hardest part on that is getting the move right. She's got the footwork, the explosion, she's creating the separation. All that's left now is repping out on that finish.
Right.
And man, she's done the hardest body of work. Now
and
it's just getting consistent with that finish move.
And a lot of kids go to try to do that Euro, and it's kind of halfway.
Right.
Like she's giving a hard first step left and then coming back right, and that's what sells it, because it freezes the defender, because you go that hard with the first motion,
right.
The defender has to go that way, and then you just slide back and they're off balance, and you're going to get a wide open shot every time. And as an 8th grader to affect that soon already and have that much impact, yeah, I do believe we're going to hear her name quite often moving forward.
This is the kind of game where you put yourself on a national stage and people will start remembering your name.
Yeah, and San Marcos here, we're A little over 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. They have yet to get on the scoreboard.
Another three, no good.
A little heat check there for Lexi. And those are some deep threes, too.
On the far side, Pena, wide open three.
Good cross pass.
Good box out.
Oh.
Knowing Kendall Beck's got 3 fouls, or 2 fouls, she knows she can't afford to get a third one, so doing a good job defensively. Oh, too high. Good look, though. She had Emma Kirksey by herself in the paint. At that point in time, that's where you like to see a little bounce pass going into your big.
Right, but I like, they're trying to attack that inside. You got Madison Beck already with 2. I think you got to keep going at her.
Yeah.
If you're the Heat, you want to push that issue. If you're the Heat, having her out on the floor causes problems. So if there's anything you can do to get her in foul trouble, that's a win.
Agreed. Good switch there.
Tyler's doing a good job fighting through screens. It's going to be Fuller coming the other way, and she's going to be fouled by Genevieve.
Ouch.
That's,
you hate
that's
to
Savannah
see this.
Fuller.
You hate to see this. Savannah took some contact down the finish, and she's walking in pain. Hopefully she's okay. Hopefully just a bump.
That's Emma Genevieve's second foul. She's telling her teammate she's good.
And she's going to the free throw line.
And I hope she's okay. That walk does not look real natural right now. Hopefully she's okay.
No.
Yeah, the ref's doing a good job of, giving her the time she needs.
She wants to be out there.
Yeah, she's battling. She just waved off her coach. Her coach said, "Hey, come over here," and she said, "I'm good. I'm good."
He just gave the notion like, all right, he's going to send her substitute in. Her substitute's going to be coming in if she makes the free throw. And if you're one of her teammates, you got to wonder if she does miss that, do you foul on purpose to get her some rest? Because she needs to get that leg looked at. They definitely need her to finish this run here in this game. Lane violation. Going to give her another opportunity.
So she missed all the free throw attempts. 2 minutes to go in the first half. I don't remember when San Marcos got their 5th point, but it's been about 10 minutes before Kendall Beck drops that in. 10 minutes of game time, that is.
Yeah. It had been a hot minute, and Tyler Heat up 10-7 right now. This is a dangerous matchup right here.
And that time, Savannah Fuller caught the ball down low, hobbled and all, put it up over Johns McGarity.
So, Jesse, if you're the coach of San Marcos and you have the point guard of Tyler Heat, Lexi Fuller, playing like she does as Kendall Beck knocks down the 3, I don't know if I'm going to have Kendall Beck guarding my point guard knowing that she's got 3 fouls.
Yeah, I'd probably look to switch that one up as well. You watch, she's an explosive little athlete. Goodness, right on cue.
Yeah, and she's got 7 points in this quarter, and her sister's got 2, and they're trying to put on a Fuller clinic here, and Kendall Beck's trying to put on a clinic on her own.
And Kendall Beck has all 10 points for San Marcos. You have to imagine they're going to try to get other people going, as that foul was on Savannah Fuller, her second.
I'd be interested to see, I know Avery Pena, number 3. I know you got 2 Fullers over there. For the moment, I might try her on Lexi, try to break that rhythm. She's highly, highly active on defense.
Yeah, Gabby once again with a deflection there on Maddie, knocking the ball out, but the ball's going to stay with San Marcos.
But if I'm San Marcos too right now, you'd almost stay the course. We're playing hard. We're hitting the glass. Shots aren't falling. I wouldn't be throwing panic signs up because they've played good ball. They haven't got a ton of breaks.
And Pena shot no good, rebounded by McGarity, and it stays with San Marcos. Under a minute to play in the first half. San Marcos trailing by 4.
Y'all have seen the San Marcos team play a few times. Where would you see, Kendall Beck? Where does she like to score? She on the wing or perimeter, back to the basket? Where would you see her sweet spot is offensively?
So she's strong from pretty much anywhere inside the arc. I mean, she even hit a three-pointer in this game, maybe a couple three-pointers, but when she gets that ball down low, she can turn, and I've seen her score in a lot of ways where she just turns around, defenders face up on her, and she just raises up over the top because she's got such a great height.
Man, I mean, watch that play right there. I don't know why you don't just keep going back to that.
Yeah, she traveled there, hesitation. I think they missed her on the first one. Got it on the second. She's going to get Kirksey out of the game this last 24 seconds. Hopefully not to draw her third foul. And, 14-12, if you're Tyler Heat, you're happy with the way the score is on the scoreboard. Maybe not so much the play because it's been a little bit sloppy at times, but defensively, both teams have played really well.
And I want to see this push this issue. You got 11 seconds to go. Nice look, nice look.
And even then, that shot could not be finished until it ends up in the hands of Johns McGarity. That's her first points of the game, and they're big as they tie the game at 14. And San Marcos is fired up heading into the half. They trailed most of the first half, an unusual feeling for them, but that's going to be how we end the first half of play. San Marcos 14, Tyler Heat 14. Second half action and more coming up after this.
When my body needs relief, I real-time it. I'd like to introduce you to my knockout pain formula, real-time pain relief. It's soothing lotion, it's rich in nature's ingredients, and helps me manage discomfort day or night. And it smells great too. From muscle strains to soreness, to simple back aches and arthritis. Real-time it and knock out your pain. It works for me, and it will work for you. Real-time pain relief, it's a knockout.
back on the campus of Drury University here in Springfield, Missouri. My name is Paul Gilmore, joined by Jesse Sanders and Jeremy Caldwell, bringing you the girls 18 and under action of the 8A gold ball game between the San Marcos Panthers, who struggled in the first half due to the good defense of the Tyler Heat. And we saw the first half finish 14-14. So 16 more minutes to determine who continues on their run to the undisputed.
Once again, Maddie Herder got open for a three, unable to convert it early on in this possession.
And that time, Johns McGarity drove the lane again, and she will go to the line to shoot two. And they gave that foul, I believe, to Emma Kirksey, and that's her third. First free throw good from Johns McGarity.
It's a good-looking shot.
So that's the first lead that San Marcos has had since early in the first quarter. Because we ended the first quarter 5-5 tie, and then Tyler Heat came out and went on a 9-0 run.
In that first half, Kendall Beck led San Marcos with 12. Meanwhile, Lexi Fuller had 9 for Tyler Heat. Savannah Fuller on the drive. Up and in.
Little up and under action. Sister to sister. That was nice.
I think Savannah was expecting Kendall Beck to jump up to try to block it, so she kind of double pumped on that, but
she may be thinking twice about foul trouble.
Genovese for three. Yes, that's going to be a big thing for San Marcos if she's going to be hitting those. It'll really open things up. A lot of teams kind of sag off, and if she's able to knock those down, it's going to be a tough sledding.
Yeah, once again, Kendall Beck with 2 fouls guarding Lexi Fuller, the point guard here for Tyler Heat.
Now double team on Fuller, gets it out to Saboya. On the jumper, no good. Gets her own rebound, out to Lexi Fuller for three, no good. And that ball controlled by Pena.
Halfway down and out. Good looking shot there by Lexi, just unable to finish it out.
Now on the drive, Genovese gets it to Beck. Nice feed in the post. Pena couldn't quite control it.
And I like the way how Tyler just suffocated
Kendall Beck
there on Kendall. She put the ball on the floor, and there was three bodies right away. You're playing against a player with her skill set offensively.
Yeah.
You can't let her see one defender.
Right.
And they do now have Pena on Fuller. So we'll see how that matchup.
And it's great over here, Paul, because we can give our opinions and there's no consequences. So
that time Pena on the drive too strong. Johns McGarity initially had the rebound before Saboya got in there.
Good job defensively by Lexi Fuller to be there and then back off on the shot.
Man, you can tell she's hampered, but Fuller is still doing a great job of cutting to the basket, Euro stepping, weaving her way. No good that time, but she's definitely still pushing as hard as she can.
I don't know why Kendall Beck threw that out there. She was right underneath the goal.
Herda finally gets one to fall. And the returning Sullivan winner gets her first points of the game. That increases the San Marcos lead to 5.
Yeah, we knew we wasn't going to hold her down and hold her scoreless.
Saboya, no good. And that time the ball last touched.
That's tough for the
John
Heat.
McGarity.
Got the ball over the wing. You have post-touch opportunity, but with the Panthers' size, man, you don't really have much of an opportunity there on that post feed. All you'd really have is to get it in there to look to get it out, but their size interior really discourages throwing that ball in.
And that foul on Beck, that is her third foul. So now she and Herda have 3, and on that last possession, Saboya was driving to the lane, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that she has Herda on her, trying to see if she can draw that 4th foul.
Yeah. So that's 2 crucial players with 3 fouls here early in the third quarter.
The This time Lexi able to control the handle. Gets it to Savannah. Saboya driving on Herta. Good defense by Maddie. And Fuller underneath before she could get it off was called for dragging her foot.
Gabby does a really good job of keeping the ball alive when she's dribbling, when she drives into the basket, knowing if she don't have a shot, she don't pick up her dribble and get in trouble down there. So really good job on her to keep the dribble alive and keep the offensive set still active.
And Jaden Colley checked in for San Marcos. Genovese is going to step into another three. Short that time. Gets the offensive rebound.
Followed her shot. She's been a staple defensively for them. You watch the energy she brings to the defensive end. It's not, you want to see her get going on offense.
And then a great job on the entry pass. Gets it into Johns McGarity. That foul on Savannah Fuller. That's her third. And it's going to send Johns McGarity to the line.
Yeah, you gotta think if you're Coach Thomas, you'd love to have a shot with all of your players healthy in this basketball game. But Savannah Fuller is hampered with her hamstring, and Madison McKinney has a knee brace on her knee. So, and still with that, they're only down 7, thanks to the play by Lexi Fuller here. But plenty of time left, and they went on a little run to start the second quarter. They're going to need another little run here in this second half.
Down low, that pass to McKinnon on the turnaround, no good. Rebound to Herta. She's got Johns McGarity up ahead, but no point in risking that long up ahead pass now. Genovese steps into another three, and she hits it from the college line.
You know, we've talked about this before. When you get to championship games, sometimes your stars, you know, they're going to give you what they give you, but you need that one star, that one role player to step up. And right now it's been Genovese for San Marcos.
And that time, the Tyler Heat, Riley Bergen stepped out of bounds. So San Marcos starting to create a little bit of separation. They're up 10 in the third quarter.
Looks like Savannah Fuller on the sideline getting her hamstring wrapped up again, trying to give it a go, see if she can get back in this game.
This game was 14-14 at halftime. San Marcos has outscored them. Well, the air ball from Genovese, 12-2 in this third quarter.
You'll live with that shot, though. She's 2 threes already this quarter. She's leading them defensively. Room and rhythm shot, top of the key.
Yeah.
Tom San Marcos, I'll take that shot all day.
Yeah, end of the first quarter, it was 5-5. End of the second, 14-14. So wouldn't expect anything else than Tyler Heat to go on a 10-0 run, tied at the end of the third. But it's a big feat here.
San Marcos certainly has upped their offensive output, nearly matching the entire first half in just this quarter. Good take from Lexi Fuller. Great job by the defense to stay put and stay straight up.
Yeah, I think she was trying to go to her teammate on the weak side there. Just wasn't able to get it through.
Well, she got by her first defender. Great move, and then, man, help side was there in a hurry.
And that's a good pass from Genovese. She's had some nice entry passes into Johns McGarity. That foul called on Bergen. And Jesse, one thing that we've noticed about these, you know, we talked about, you know, the modern game, if you will. Don't want to be the back when we played guy. But one thing we've noticed about the tournament now is that all of the regionals are live streamed on a software called Baller TV.
Okay.
So a lot of these teams, and when I've talked to the coaches and the players, before we even got to nationals, they've watched their opponents from their region. They've done film on them.
Sure.
They've seen the tape, and certainly not something that we had access to back then. It was a lot of let's go to the gym and watch them.
Sure.
But the reason I bring that up is because I believe teams have watched Genovese in her other San Marcos games, and they've sagged off of her because her percentage has not been great. So it's been interesting to see in this game she's knocked down a couple of big ones.
Oh, that's good, man. Always like to see that. Players defying the scouting report. You know, it's those are tendencies. And, you know, you don't know what's at stake. Someone may be battling through an injury. There may be other things rather than just purely shot percentage or purely a stat sheet. So I always like it when you see things like that happen. So someone who maybe has a rep as a non-shooter steps up, knocks a couple shots down.
And meanwhile, going back the other way, we had a breakout run from Herta. She was fouled by Saboya, and she'll go to the line shooting 2. So San Marcos looking a little bit more like the San Marcos Panthers that we've known from the last few years.
It's cool that they're getting this opportunity to do film breakdown. That was something I remember being a big kind of eye-opener for me my freshman year of college, was the amount of time that we spent both in pregame scout, and then the thing that was not fun was the post-game analysis, getting to watch all your mistakes over and over and over
right,
again.
they don't cut the clips of you, getting your triple doubles. No, they show the clips of what you need to work on.
Right. But that's really good, man, that the more these athletes can be exposed to what that next level looks like, will really help.
It certainly elevates the level of competition. There are a few programs that had expressed that they didn't want to give out any information. And we had to let them know, look, there's these teams scouting you on Baller TV.
Sure.
They've already seen your film a couple of times.
Sure.
So you're not hiding anything. A lot of these teams come to this tournament prepared, and then they go back to their hotel. They watch the live stream. They watch the Baller TV.
Right.
So it's really elevated the competition.
Sure. I was talking with some young guys earlier, and they were talking about, well, that we played this such and such team in pool play, but we didn't really show them all our stuff because we're going to see them later in the week. So they were kind of not showing their whole hand in the pool play because they want to be ready, have something up their sleeve.
It's been really great seeing the gamesmanship. Back in my day, it was just win the game. we put everything out there every game.
Well, people didn't have film to dissect it and watch it again. They got one shot to see it, and if they didn't remember, that's on them.
So Herta in the closing seconds.
Oh, man, you hate that.
And unfortunately, that's going to send Herta to the line. That was the 5th team foul.
Man, I was about to say, if you're San Marcos, what are you doing? You're dribbling the ball up top with just a few seconds to go. But, man, she pushed the envelope and got rewarded with a foul call. So kind of a sigh of relief for the Panthers and a little bit of a frustration for the Heat. Don't want to send someone to the free throw line with 3 seconds to go.
First free throw no good from Herta. Second on the way, and that's good.
Okay, we got a half-court heave in us.
And the clock did not start, but the referee said that was about 3.3 seconds. Nope, he's going to give it on the sideline, 2.1. Sometimes you'll see the refs wave it off if the clock didn't start, but this time he is going to make them inbound it from the sideline.
Let's get her momentum going forward. There you go, leader. Nice. Good pass.
Good look for Fuller.
Oh, my goodness. Off the front rim.
And that's how we're going to end the 3rd period of play. As San Marcos makes a furious comeback. They now lead by 12, 28-16. Final 8 minutes to come in this girls 18 gold ball right after this. Eight minutes left to determine the girls 18 and under 8A gold ball champion. Tyler Heat looking to come back from a 12-point deficit. San Marcos really created a lot of good opportunities. That ball will stay with Tyler. Let's
see if Tyler can close his gap, make this thing a ball game. It's, Down 12. 12 now. Get this thing to single digits.
Be interesting to see if they continue to try to attack those San Marcos Stars that are dealing with foul trouble. That time, Saboya and Fuller ran into each other. That leaves a 3-on-2 the other way. Maddie drops it to Beck. No good. Tips it over to Herta. That one's no good and ends up in the hands of Saboya. And she's triple teamed. If she can get it up, they might have an advantage.
I don't know if I've seen a game back-to-back that Maddie Herta has struggled this much as she did yesterday and today.
I believe in that game against the Flames yesterday, she had just 5 points. Three-pointer good. Tyler needed that in the worst possible way. And it's a 9-point game. Jesse, like you mentioned, get it to single digits early in the quarter.
The second time we've seen that, Fuller to Fuller.
And that's tough. Tough move from Beck.
Yeah. Immediately, San Marcos needed a bucket. They just sent Kendall Beck down to the paint, having the size advantage, and just said, go give us something.
That's her first basket of the second half. Then we're going to have a reach and foul on Pena. Checking in for Tyler Heat is Peyton Shuttlesworth.
You got to wonder how different this game would be if they had a healthy Savannah Fuller.
Wow.
Good job
she went
by
after
Heat.
that ball hard.
And now she drives, stops and pops off the glass, no good.
I mean, the things that she's doing with a hampered hamstring right now and still has scored 5 points, but she's affected the game so many other ways because of her defensiveness.
Not only that, but then for San Marcos, you have 2 post players that can throw entry passes to each other. And that's always a tough battle because Kendall Beck was all the way out the far 3-point line. Or excuse me, Johns McGarity dropped it on a dime down to Kendall Beck. And both of them got some opportunities at the basket. So very versatile bigs for these Lady Panthers.
If you're Tyler Heat, what you have to do is you got to make sure when the shot goes up from San Marcos, you got to put a body on McGarity because she's crashing the boards after every shot, and she usually comes up with the loose ones.
Shuttlesworth is blocked by Johns McGarity, but I believe she caught her with the body.
That's only her second foul. So the early foul trouble that San Marcos got into early on, they been able to play through that and not cost them because, you know, Coach Herta has done a really good job of rotating her players in and out to avoid further damage from the foul count. And Kendall Beck has played a smart game after picking up her second and third foul to not pick up the fourth.
And that was the first points for Shuttlesworth as she connects on 1 of 2.
And that's going to be a full timeout, Tyler Heat.
So I want to give you an update on the broadcast coming up next. More girls 18U action, the HEA Firebirds and the Aggieland Panthers. So the 7A Gold Ball is going to be coming up next. Make sure you stick around for all the action happening around Springfield. Over at Ozark, we've got the 18U Division 3 3A Gold Ball. Plenty of basketball for you, Jeremy.
Plenty of basketball, and you can't ever get enough. I believe we have one more girls basketball game here at Drury, and then we'll start the boys 18U D1 Elite 8 games, and that'll be the nightcap here. But before that, we have a little under 6 minutes to go to see who's going to win the gold ball here in this bracket. And Tyler Heat had a fury in the first half. They hung with them toe for toe. That third quarter that San Marcos kind of brought out their championship pedigree and kind of took the lead. And they're up 11 here. If you're Tyler Heat, you want to try to get a stop.
Oh, on the line. Great hand.
You want to get a stop here and a score and see if you can get it to single digits and flip the momentum. Almost a great steal there by Savannah. Almost a great steal by.
And that ball was thrown in the backcourt. The handoff from Pena to Herta. A little bit of a miscommunication. And you mentioned it, Jeremy, that third quarter really was the difference in this game. San Marcos outscored Tyler Heat 12-2 in that quarter, and it's an 11-point game.
Yeah. We got to give credit to Gabby Sabonia, though, because she has had a tough task guarding Maddie Herta the whole game, and she has not left her side. I think if Maddie went to the bathroom at halftime, Gabby was going to go with her. But she hasn't affected the game offensively, but defensively she's kept her team in it with a chance, and that was an opportunity there for the Lady Heat to cut this lead to single digits and unable to convert.
And now the double comes from the weak side, but McGarity
cuts
to the basket.
That's good basketball. You had another great entry feed from wing to top, and then just a hard cut. So, man, two high IQ players playing off of each other. That's good basketball.
And then she rejects it on the other end. San Marcos comes quickly the other way.
Stop and pop.
Herta stops and pops.
That's over the back on Kendall Beck. That's going to be her fourth foul. If you watched any game on San Marcos Panthers, you've seen what they do is they, on a fast break, when they have multiple players running, they'll run two players in front of Maddie Herta while she's bringing the ball up the floor, and they will sprint to the goal. Maddie Herta will stop, shoot the three, knowing she's got two teammates to get the offensive rebound on the miss.
And now down low, that's going to be a foul on Johns McGarity. That's her third.
And now the fouls are starting to add up again. Still 4:32 left to go, 13-point game. That's going to send her to the free throw line.
No, that's
the fourth team foul of the fourth quarter. But the next one, and for the rest of the 4:32 left to play, Tyler will get to the line every time they're fouled. But Jesse, I would imagine that changes the strategy a little bit. Obviously, you just want to get points on the board, but if you can get some free throws, get some points with the clock stopped, that's got to be your priority.
Right. For me, it was always, if I have a slow big, set a high ball screen, and attack his that outside knee on the hedge. If you could just get contact with that big, it'd be an easy way to get a foul, get to the free throw line.
Yeah, and on that inbounds play, you like to see when Gabby inbounded the ball to Savannah Fuller. Savannah Fuller had Kendall Beck, and she was going to try to go to the corner and pump fake her. But what happened was when Gabby stepped inbounds, she stepped in behind Fuller, which brought Maddie Herta to send the double team, and Savannah couldn't get the shot off. And you like to see if Gabby inbounds that ball to come in opposite of where the ball goes, so you don't help send the double team to the ball handler.
Right.
But that's just little tidbits like that you can go back and watch film on. This is a young team here for Tyler Heat, and watch film, and we're probably going to be seeing them in a few more gold ball games in the next few years. Still plenty of time here with 13-point deficit, 4:22 to go to get back in this game, but they're going to have to get some stops consecutive and answer on the offensive side, which they've gotten a few stops. They just can't answer offensively yet.
Once they get some stops, they are going to have to get some points in a hurry. Meanwhile, San Marcos can patiently bide their time, chew some clock up, dribble the ball around the arc, but they won't do that as Maddie fires up a three.
He's got some numbers. We're pushing transition. Nice cut.
Lexi Fuller into the defense. We'll see if they give that to Pena or McGarity.
That's Pena.
They're going to give that to Pena. That's her second foul, but that means Lexi Fuller goes to the line shooting two.
If you're Coach Herter, you're happy they gave that to Pena.
First free throw, no good. Second is on the way, and that one she does connect on. That's her first point of the second half after she had such a great second quarter.
Yeah, she has 13 points for the game.
And now Genevieve drives and one.
Man, big bucket at a big time. Hard drive with the left, finishes and one. Big time.
And that foul on Kirksey is her fourth. She's the only Heat player in foul trouble outside of Fuller with 3.
I show Fuller having 4 as well. Could be wrong. We're not the official book.
Can't connect on the free throw.
14-point deficit for the Heat here. You can't waste too much time on the offensive set.
Now Lexi Fuller. She drives against Johns McGarrett. He steps around. So shifty.
Euro up with the left-hand finish. Telling you, man. I think the Fuller family does Euro steps as they get out of bed in the morning. They're drilling it.
And then Johns McGarrity's shot is swallowed up by Kirksey. Quickly back the other way is Savannah Fuller.
Oh, that's a shot.
She looked like she thought about it.
Yeah, I thought she was going to pull up for a 3.
That ball knocked away by Pena, but still controlled by the Heat. Inside, Kirksey working on McGarrity. That shot's going to be denied. Ball stays with Tyler Heat. They've got to get some shots up pretty quickly now.
Get her a high ball screen.
And a traveling violation.
Yeah, we haven't seen many high ball screens here in this second half for Tyler Heat to get Fuller.
Pena's putting a lot of ball pressure. I'd try to break that up, man.
She is a harasser defense. If I'm playing against Pena, I don't want her guarding me.
Right.
Tough pass for Genevieve.
Tell you what, Maddie Herta has played most of this game with 3 fouls. I think she had 3 fouls early in the first quarter or early in the second, and she hasn't fouled since then. She's done a really good job defensively.
Yeah, but a lot of players are going to check out. That's not been the case. She's still active, still being involved.
In the corner, that three-pointer is no good. Ball ends up in the hands of Kirksey, but not before Herta quickly the other way. She's got a 1-on-4, and she still scores.
I thought she might have shuffled her feet there at the last minute, but apparently she did not.
Nice floater. Nice floater. Right in the paint. Stopped on a dime. That's always hard for that play. You're going hard from left to right. Your momentum's carrying you forward. She planted feet and went straight up and down. That's an impressive shot.
That's the give and go that they've been running.
Pena. Three-pointer, yes.
Oh,
another gave her 2.
Gave her 2.
But one thing she did well there, she recognized that both of her bigs were down in the paint ready for an offensive rebound. So even if she had missed, you still feel pretty good about their chances to get the ball back.
Yeah, so one thing about San Marcos here, in the fourth quarter, 5 different players have scored.
As a matter of fact, all 5 starters for San Marcos have scored here in the fourth quarter as they've extended their lead to 14. Under a minute to play in this girls 8A gold ball.
Kind of a rough start for San Marcos. But, man, if you're an opposing team scouting them, it's a little challenging identifying a weakness. You know, they've got good perimeter shooting. Size inside. Defensively, they're active.
Their bigs can pass to each other.
Right.
She does a really good job when she turns and faces the basket. She gets her shoulder square and always gets a good shot off.
I think Tyler Heat team has played. Yeah, man, no one plays a perfect game, but they've played really hard and had good performances from a number of players. This is a tough draw. Matched up with the Panthers is not an easy task.
It is, and it certainly plays into the conversations that has been had how now the regionals and your finish there affects nationals. So always certainly want to do better at regionals to get yourself a higher seed
Sure.
at nationals. And,
Sure.
you know, you do what you can, and then ultimately you can only play the team in front of you.
Sure, and you're all, you know, whether you match them up on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, you still got to beat the team. So you know, if there's a team that's strong, you're going to see them somewhere.
That's 3 straight baskets from Saboya.
Yeah, she, early on they kept running that same screen action, but she wouldn't pull up the shot. She always pulled back. And I think if she would have done more of that in the first half, she might have got that 4th foul on Herta.
Sure.
Possibly got her out of the game. Could have changed the complexion of this game. But she's shown now here in the 4th quarter that she's able to do that and take that shot, and she's knocked down 3 of them.
Gave her some shout-outs early defensively. Nice to see her getting some action on the offensive end.
And that's going to do it. Your 8A Gold Ball champions, the San Marcos Panthers, they continue their run towards the undisputed. And they will play in the national semifinal tomorrow. Meanwhile, coming up next is going to be more girls 18U action, the HEA Firebirds versus the Aggieland Panthers. On behalf of myself, Jesse Sanders, and Jeremy Caldwell, we want to thank you for joining us on this broadcast, and we will see you on the next one.